Hi guys, greetings from Parque del Retiro in Madrid. Today we will meet Joe Haslam, who among many other things, he is the co-founder and chairman of Hot Hotels, but today we will meet him at the IE Business School, where he's also a professor in entrepreneurship. Let's see what we can learn from him. I think you are called the guru of entrepreneurship. Where does this fame come from?
Well, I'm a professor here at IE Business School, and because I spend about half my time in classes teaching, about half my time actively in companies, people like the fact that I have the two things. So I have the academic discipline, the origins of entrepreneurship and understand what are best practices, but also that I'm in the field. I'm, pitching in front of investors. So because of that, people like to talk to me, and also because of the experience. I've set up 6 companies over 20 years, and you learn a lot of things. When you're doing that.
What makes a successful startup?
I always talk about a combination of 3 people. You need somebody to sell the business, you need somebody to get out there and become the face of the business. That's really important. Then you need someone who looks after the numbers. And then the third person is the more darker person. And a lot of time in startups, people try to take advantage of you. So you need to have somebody who's focused on when things go wrong. And that's a nice balance. So I can come out here and tell the happy story.
Imagine I have an idea. What should I do? What are the steps to follow to establish my business?
Well, tell everyone. I mean, that's very often what people don't do. Just tell everyone. Get out and do things. I think you can set up your own company and be lucky, but mostly you probably need to be in a startup environment first to understand what's really important. In a big company, even if you don't do a good job, the company will be okay. But there are moments in a startup when you absolutely it's like literally perform or die. And that's the urgency that you need to understand. And you only learn by doing. So the main mistake is trying to assume that it will happen quickly. It doesn't happen quickly. I mean, even after 6 startups, it still took us about 4 years to really understand, because the things that work in the past don't necessarily work either in the present or in the future. So I think that's the first thing. Be prepared, for a startup. Think, it'll be 18 months before you even have any notion what you're doing, and it'll probably take 4 years before you actually have a market fit. So you have to be prepared to have that in your head.
When do you know that actually you are doing good with your product?
Yeah, I think one day I'll always remember is the day that somebody started talking about Hot who didn't know that I was a co-founder. That's a quite amazing feeling when somebody is there saying, wow, I just booked using Hot Hotels and it was absolutely amazing. And I was able to tell them, oh yeah, we did that, that was me. You
already had started 6 startups. Where do you get the ideas?
I talk about being an entrepreneur as being like, a curse or a blessing. And some people treat it as a blessing. It's a bit like Pokemon Go or augmented reality. I walk around and I see things that other people don't see. And I don't know where that comes from. But other entrepreneurs I've spoken to feel the same thing. It's just you have a natural interest in doing things. You always want to participate. If you're in a car, you want to be the one driving the car. If there's a Champions League ticket, you want to get one just for the challenge of it. And that's why people keep setting up companies, because they can't literally do nothing. They always want to engage with people, and that's the only way that they feel normal. So there's no shortage of ideas. It's the execution is the difficult thing, but the difference is that you have to be passionate enough about changing things that when you have 50 customer service emails to have to go through at 11 o'clock at night, that you're still interested enough to keep doing it.